Howdy, Earthlings. Today we're playing some Anchored. It's been asked of me to play it quite a bit, so we're finally checking it out. I played it a bit on stream before, but I did not play much of it, and I played it with Blythe, who does not have the patience for these kinds of games, so we did not play it very long. So we're going to check it out now when I can pay more attention. So let's hack a panel. Oh, I gotta click there. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, there's a bit of a lag. It looks like the mini games aren't client side. So I have to be a little early. Connect the dots with each other. This is a little tough on a controller. Oh boy. So these are kind of like Among Us tasks, which I think is interesting. Oh man, there's quite a few of these, huh? Long one.
Another one down.
I can't turn the camera while doing that, which makes it a little dangerous to be doing these on a controller. Talk to these people and we can get quests. I already have so many quests. And we get to see the progress of the quests on the left side so we can focus on them. But yeah, if you're not familiar with this game, it is in the same genre as Dandy's World and games like that, where you go in, you go down in an elevator, you interact with machines, you fill up the machines, and you run from monsters while doing it. This one's different because it's got boss fights and some voice acting. But this one's got a lower player base right now. It's less than 100. And I think that's because Dolly's is on the last week of its event. So people are scrambling to get those last bit of things. These machines seem to take a little longer. So the character I'm playing is one of two that you get to pick from the beginning, like you often do in these games. And the passives are related to health and enemies and my speed. So my first passive is that if I get below 15% health, I get to run faster. And if I'm spotted by an enemy, I also get to run faster. So this is like a better way to do Poppy, because Poppy requires you to be hit in order to move faster, kind of like survivors in Dead by Daylight. And that's not the case in this. It's much better here as Rocky because it doesn't require you to get hit in order to benefit from these things. I'm gonna have to turn this game down. It's a little loud. Man, it takes a while to finish these machines, don't it? The other thing about it that's unique that I don't see the others doing is that the enemies are different separate models than your playable characters, which makes it a lot easier for new players to pick this up and go, okay, I run from those things because those are the only things that don't look like me. Like, you can see those freaky robots. Those robots look nothing like us. It's very clear immediately that those are an enemy that we need to stay away from. Complete your luminary to upgrade your stats. Oh, okay, so it's got some RPG mechanics too then. Okay, item use works kind of like Minecraft, where you use L1 and R1 to cycle through the items. That works.
Each floor has its own surprises. Don't get caught off guard.
I don't know what my items do, though. Hacking NPC locations. Okay. And you automatically pick things up if you've got space, which does make it easier for a controller. I feel like 4 machines off the bat is a bit much this early on, when there's only 4 of us. But you can see there when we got chased, it made a pretty noticeable sound effect, almost like a vine boom. And then the screen shook and we got an icon on screen. So it's very obvious when a chase starts, unlike Toon Universe where you can miss it if you're not paying attention. Some of the mini games are touchy. Oh boy, color coded. My favorite. The cursor system seems to work pretty good. It's very snappy, but I think that's built into Roblox. But it's got snap like it's got aim assist. It takes forever to do a hack, though. I would appreciate it if that did not take so long. And it requires like 100% total focus, so you can't really talk while doing it, which would explain why you don't see a lot of people streaming this. That one's much faster. What makes some panels faster and some panels slower? Because there's no indicator to show that one's easier than the other. But clearly there are some that are easier than the others. We can revive play. Oh, they just quit. You're not gonna let me try to revive you?
Let's see if you can deliver.
Why to use the item? Okay, in the shop. The shop doesn't immediately put us into cursor mode, which is a little annoying. It should do that. Increase your stamina, regenerate by 70%, heals you by 25% of your maximum health, increases chance of rare item spawning. We'll do that. A little annoying that people quit. I don't know how far we're expected to get without a team. And the amount of machines didn't go down based on the amount of people in the lobby, so that's not good. That means it's going to take a long time for us to get very far. Oh, it's like a fishing minigame. But more annoying because it's on this cursor thing. Even with a hack booster, this is still taking ages. Put the numbers in order. Yes, very annoying. Very time consuming. Those mini games are gonna get especially grating when you have to do so many of them at once. They should probably reduce the amount of mini games you have to do. But I guess it's to keep you active the whole time, which I don't necessarily think is needed. Because how are you supposed to keep an eye out for enemies if you're, you know, your nose is in the computer? I can see why some people might not play this though, because it seems a lot more skill-based than some of the others that I've played, just because of these mini games. I can definitely see why a controller player wouldn't want to play this.
One step closer.
Yeah, there's no way to tell when a machine is going to be easier and when it's going to be harder. The enemies seem to be a non-issue so far. Like, the stages seem big enough that you don't run into them very much. Oh.
That's a setback.
And health is based on a bar, not on the amount of hits, which means we can have more dynamic values for enemies, which is what I like about Dolly's Factory, is that an enemy isn't guaranteed to do 1/3 of your health. Since you have a health bar and it goes into the double digits, you can do something more dynamic. Or underwater. Interesting. Definitely not something that I would have thought to do. I wouldn't have been like, you know what Dandy's World needs? Underwater segments. Yeah, so that's interesting. Still the same mini games. I guess there's a good amount of variety in the mini games. I just don't see why they had to make them this frequent. You had to be really early with that one. I don't like that the entirety of the progress is made from the hack. From the hack minigame. So that's another reason why this might get less players, because if you're not good at the hack minigames, you're not making any progress. So right there's a skill barrier that says, if you can't do the hack minigames, you can't play this. I guess I appreciate these swimming stages because we can see the stuff from pretty far away. Oh, that's a gun. That was also very loud. That's so loud. Okay, I gotta turn that down. Very, very loud. Okay. Nope. Where's that last one? So yeah, if you're gonna do extracting on this game, you have to have a really good extracting character, because it really will take ages if you don't have one. Okay, not in here. Although that's a good little hiding place. Oh god, that jump scared me. The gun is so loud. Oh, they found it. Okay. We'll just head back then. What's this do? Stealth salad. What is a salad? We'll hide here until they're done. Very time-consuming mini-game, so we're gonna have to wait here for a while for them to finish that up. We received a quest that we can't actually do because our character doesn't have an active ability that we can use. So that's an interesting choice. We have 2 quests that we can't finish because we have characters that can't use their abilities. Sounds like they didn't finish it. The thing with making your game too skill-based is that it can alienate and isolate some players. The players who aren't good enough to be able to do these hack mini-games are going to feel like they have nothing to do in this game. It'll feel like they have to play a distractor, or they just can't do anything. And if they pick the wrong character at the beginning, then they straight up also can't do anything. They'll be stuck with a character that they can't make effective use out of for a long time.
This climb is not progress. It is.
There we go, we got our boss fight.
Every floor you breach unbalances the design.
We gotta jump. Don't let you jump in the other games. Not very easy to exit, but we also didn't take very much damage. I don't like this one.
Quick thinking.
The game is delayed too much by latency to make that one an easy one to do.
Quick thinking.
Okay, so these panels are put on to super easy mode.
Predictable aggression.
I barely took any damage. I'm actually healing somehow. Oh, you get some health when you finish one. Is that normal? Does everybody get that?
That was expected.
Yeah, so it's totally valid to just ignore these and just do it as fast as you can.
Panel hack.
Alright.
Move on.
Keep punching, little fella. Come on. This boss ain't gonna beat itself. This is very time-consuming for 2 players. They need to reduce the amount of machines based on the amount of players.
Complete.
You're
Oops.
wasting time.
I got foiled by color blindness in case you were ever curious about whether I actually have it or not.
Quick thinking.
Your strength is shallow.
The excessive use of neon is very bright. It's going to give me a headache.
Good. Keep moving.
Predictable aggression.
Good work.
You learn nothing from him.
Like, it being skill-based isn't a problem if you're actually good at the game. Duh. But it's Roblox. There's a lot of kids playing this that don't have their motor functions fully developed yet. And timing-based minigames that are server-side, where there's like latency and delay and stuff like that, it's kind of messed up.
Impact window closed.
Okay, maybe don't do the slowest minigame on these panels where it's time sensitive.
Good work.
Gotta wait for this to go past.
Got the hang of it.
Also, maybe don't make it take time to interact with the panel when we're
Strike
on the boss fight.
kill, not to win.
I don't know, it feels like hits are unavoidable and that doesn't feel good.
Step forward.
The music go crazy though.
You strike to feel, not
Okay, it doesn't look like the red does increase damage or anything.
Step forward.
Okay, there's a cap to how much damage we can do too, so that there's a minimum of 4 phases.
This changes the pace, not the result.
That's the way.
Yeah.
This changes the pace, not the result.
Okay. Like, I'm doing these pretty fast, and yeah, it's a pretty big ask is all I'm saying.
Step closer.
to expect to do some of these in, like, quickly or whatever. I'm gonna go to the further one and give them an opportunity to do those ones.
Good work. I like that.
So far, this is the only boss fight I've seen, but I've also only done 2 runs. Alright. It is such a burden being so good at this game. Oh, they just did.
You made it further than expected. But this wasn't victory. It was a scan. We learned how you move, how you think, where you break. You gave us everything, and you got nothing. The climb goes on, but the ending stays the same. You didn't win.
Dang, Yapatronic.
You can. Still alive. Impressive.
Picking up these bars as part of the quest is buying 1 count? Yes, it is.
I hope it is.
Upgrade shop. Okay, we can upgrade our stats in a run too by having the right items and the money for it. So I could have upgraded my stealth, or I could have upgraded my speed. No, I actually didn't have enough money for that. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna lead this run. It is just 2 of us, which is pretty boring. So let's go ahead and go back and take a look at some of the other stuff in the game. So right now, I feel like the monsters aren't enough of a threat. The maps are really too big for you to ever encounter them, but they seem to all be ranged. You have new climbers to unlock. It tells me when I've got new climbers available. We want someone with faster hacking, and that is none of those. This one has faster hacking, so we'll buy this witch character, which I really like the aesthetic of this witch character. Sorry, stretching. Alright. Makes everyone invisible for 3 seconds, that's alright. Teleport to a random player or a random position if solo. That's alright, but not very useful when you're hacking as your main stat. But, oh, we got enough for multiple, so... Oh wait, no we don't. Okay, it was mistaken. Trinkets are these fish things. Weird. And they cost as much as some characters do. Oh, man. Okay, well, let's take a look at how some of these trinkets work. We got your stealth is increased by 2 stats when on a panel. That's useful. Especially since you can't really look around since you're trapped in minigame hell. Your stealth is increased by 2 stats when on a panel. NPCs are highlighted after panel completion. Makes you immune to Boston's blackout. At the start of each floor, gain 1 hacking that goes away once you are detected. Interesting. Your first panel per floor starts at 50% completion, unless over half the panels on the floor have already gotten a boost. Okay, so that's the that's VMO. Receive a random item every other floor. The first time you take damage each floor, the damage is ignored. That's interesting. But with your health bar, you've got a lot more health than you do in Dandy's World, so this isn't as good. Gain 30 stamina whenever someone uses an active ability. That's kind of like Tipo, but you have to use it yourself. If you finish a panel at full health, you heal the player with the lowest HP instead. That's interesting. I like the idea behind that one. It turns a hacker into a healer. Have unlimited oxygen on oxygen floors. Set your hacking stat to F. So I guess that's for challenges or whatever. Start the game with 1 bandage and 45 ciphers. Immune to slipperiness from penguin and icy floor events. Lose 25 of max stamina for 1 speed stat. Interesting. Always know where every player is. That's just something that should be a base feature. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to know where all the players are. I don't like that this feels like a patch item, where instead of just making it a base thing that everyone could do, they were like, oh, we'll add it as an item. You should just be able to know where everyone is at all times. Your stamina regenerates 30% faster than normal. It is a team game after all. That's why we should be able to know where everyone is at all times. Stamina regenerates 30% faster than normal. That's a pretty strong trinket. Spawn 2 extra items per floor. Decrease your active ability cooldown. That's good, but I wish it told the hard numbers on that. Increase your stealth by half a stat. Gain 50 stamina whenever panel on the floor is completed. That's good. Gain 15 max health. That's you get a lot of health. Increase your speed by half a stat. And what is with these half stat? That's annoying. Health gained from completing panels is increased to 5. That's, yeah, you could do that in combo with Mocha, and you could heal teammates. That's pretty decent. That's a good way to heal teammates without them knowing they're being healed. The Robux shop. Let's see, that's just spending Robux to get money. And then some afterlife stuff. Okay. Alright. We can also customize where we can change our hats. I had pressed record on this and not realized that my mic wasn't working. So that's a little annoying, so I have to talk about this stuff again. But there's customization options. Oh, we got glasses too. I didn't see the glasses page before. Angel wings, we just start with angel wings. That feels like a paid cosmetic. Most games would make you pay for that. We're gonna unequip that. Glasses is fine. Sentinel pets. We got a stats page, 2 under progress. And a stats page under stats. So here you can see I barely played. Alright, then we got a how to play section, which tells us via text and pictures rather than an actual tutorial. And then we have the main menu, and they have multiple game modes. I haven't tried the other game modes, but it's good that they have an option for multiple game modes. But the problem with multiple game modes is that it divides the user base. On something like Dandy's World, they could easily do multiple game modes, and the lobbies would stay populated because they've got 70,000 players right now. On this, you can't really do multiple game modes and get away with it because then you're dividing the player base into multiple separate groups, making it harder to keep lobbies populated. So I guess my biggest issue with this is that the mini games are too skill-based, and that's going to make younger players not want to play this as much, or it might make them want to play even more. But if the game is too difficult and too annoying, people will drop the game. A lot of people aren't going to seek you out and give you the feedback like I will. So I think that it's so heavily skill-based is a bit of a problem. I think maybe you should dial back the difficulty of the hacking minigames. And maybe, like, make the hacking games less frequent. Like, do 1 hack game, get the progress, instead of doing 2 or 3 and then get the progress. Maybe make it so that the mini games work like they do in other games, where you get some progress on the machine by just sitting there, and then after a moment a mini game pops up, you do the mini game and then continue. Global elevators. Cross-server elevators are experimental and may not work. You can always rely on the normal elevators. Okay, well, let's see how this works. Has a longer timer. Making it 10 players is kind of a bold choice when there's not that many players of the game in general. It's less than 100. Oh wait, I gotta leave real quick. I gotta change characters. There.
Good luck, mate.
Yeah, we can't get a full lobby because there's so few players, so it makes it a little hard to test this when I can't go as far as I possibly can in other games. So it relies on me to do it solo, which is very time-consuming when you give us the same amount of machines regardless of the amount of players in a lobby, which is another thing that would need to be fixed, is you need to make it so that the less players there are in a game, the less machines there are.
This is Leon. I'll be guiding you through this mission. You're currently in the anchorage, deep in enemy territory. Hack their system to progress and stay out of sight. Every floor gets more.
Oh, we can change our character here?
Increasing security measures as we go higher.
I didn't know I could change it in a lobby.
Look back.
Man, it is cruel to make us wait the whole 30 seconds. Looks like we get to equip 3 trinkets too, which means it's okay if some of the trinkets suck because we get more options.
Ah, the first floor. It's where all climbers start. And where many end.
I forgot to see what finishing the first quest for each character does. Here we go. Oh wait, I'm not playing a minigame every single second with this character. Why'd they make me do that with the other character? So wait, if you have a higher hacking skill, you don't have to do as many hacking minigames? Okay, this is better. So why does that first character have to play so many dang minigames?
Impressive.
So what am I supposed to do if I'm not doing machines with a character then? Because, like, if I'm so heavily discouraged from doing machines, what should I be doing with Rocky instead? I guess I should be distracting because of the speed boost or whatever. I guess Rocky is supposed to be, like, an early distractor or something. But this game doesn't really require distracting because none of the enemies are that good. But if you see here, we still got 4 machines, despite there being 3 players. The amount of machines need to scale with the amount of players. I still can't rotate the camera when I'm on a machine.
Step closer.
Alright, the last machine. I don't think the reward...
Failure won't cut it.
Oh, I'm supposed to be counting up. I don't think the reward for a higher hack stat should be fewer minigames. It should be just a faster speed, which results in fewer minigames. This is fewer minigames and faster speed. I don't know.
Another one down.
It's weird. Sure. I don't know what I'm supposed to be picking yet. Maybe I should have done this first impressions during a stream where I can get full lobbies guaranteed. But that's another good way to test it. Like, not everyone is gonna be able to get a full lobby. Not everyone's gonna be me. Freaky robot. What devious deeds must he get up to? Oh, this is a great camera angle to be locked into. There is no quick exit for the machine. That's another thing that makes this bad for controllers. You have to go all the way over to exit. Oh, that's so loud. Bunny. I'm guessing the bunny's fast because it's a Roomba. Oh, okay, it's just how some of these machines function, it looks like. Some of them want you doing mini-games constantly, and there's no way to tell which one is which until you start doing it. Some of them want you to do a set amount of mini-games. These are the hard machines. Which machines are hard and which ones are easy should be more easily recognizable from a glance. Like, a player should be able to tell if it's a hard one or not so that the good player can go do it. This is honestly very annoying. I can see why people might not want to play this all the time.
Efficient. I like that.
Yeah, the thing about playership is, like, the less players there are, the less people there are gonna want to play it. Like, you see a co-op game like this with low numbers, and even if you're interested in it, you might decide to not try it just because you're like, oh, I'll never get a lobby.
Another floor. Stay sharp.
It doesn't help that this genre is so heavily oversaturated. I asked y'all to recommend me games in this genre, and there was 23 recommended. That's a lot. There's a machine done over there already. There's one. I like that the panels are highlighted from very far away. Otherwise, these would blend in. If I had to guess how these work, I'm guessing the machines have grades. And if your grade is below it, it's okay. Yeah, that's not really my fault. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that minigame. That minigame is finicky. But it seems like the machines maybe have grades, and if your grade doesn't meet the machine, you have to do it the slow way by doing every single minigame. Can also just choose to not do the minigame on some of those. Okay. The stages are so big, and there's so few enemies. Like you almost never encounter an enemy. It's not really a challenging game. The hack panels are the difficult part, and the enemies are so rarely seen that you don't really have to keep an eye out for them. So it's kind of boring. I just woke up and I'm already feeling like going back to sleep. Yeah, that guy just dropped out too because he got bored. Alright, let's go back to the lobby and see what that leveling thing does for the other character we played, Rocky. Alright. So we got climbers, Rocky, whip. We finished his quest. How do we upgrade him? Luminary. Upgrade. Oh, okay. So it's an RPG. We get to do stat upgrades. That is huge, actually. We got a single point upgrade. That's fine. Being able to take them from a C to a B on hacking is pretty good. It looks like the currency we get at a decent rate too. I've already got enough for another climber. But then again, the climbers we get early on are very cheap. Yeah, so I think the biggest problem right now is that the playership on this game is incredibly low. And then the next biggest problem I would say is that the hacking minigame is too skill-based, which is going to alienate some players.
Listen, just don't ruin it by the first floor.
And then, after that, the enemies aren't really a threat at all. And then there's some quality of life stuff, like this is atrocious on a controller. But unfortunately, there's not really a way you could make it better for controller without completely changing how it works. You would have to make new minigames that function both well on controller and keyboard and mouse, so there's not really anything you can do there. It's just a lot of interesting choices. It's definitely very different from the other ones I've played. And that's good, because a lot of these games tend to be very samey. So I do like it. I just don't like that I'm going to have to, like, if I want to get a full party on this, I'm going to have to stream it. Which is a big reason why I don't play a lot of these games off stream, is because I already have to play with everyone on stream in order to get a full lobby in games like Toon Universe and Dolly's Factory, because the matchmaking doesn't work in either of those. They don't have matchmaking in either of them. So that's definitely a big damper on those and why I don't play those very much. Because I have to be streaming, and I stream only 2 days out of the week. I don't want to stream extra days just so that I can get a decent lobby. Definitely needs better matchmaking, and this sort of has matchmaking. Like, it appears at the top of the screen and people can see it. But it needs, like, actual matchmaking. Especially with how few players are on here, it's hard to get a lobby. Like, let's see how many players are on here. There's also going to be fewer players because this is 12:30 on a weekday. But even right now, there's 60,000 people on Dandy's World at 12:30 at the same time. So there's just not a lot of people on here. So I think the biggest thing killing this is just the low player count. No one can get a good lobby. Hard to want to play a game like this when progress is so bottlenecked by the lack of players. You can play it solo, but these games aren't fun solo. Server size is 50. That's huge. Decent game. I like it. Just, I can see why people don't play it. Alright, that's it for that one. Here's the Patreon read. Thanks to the patrons and members on YouTube like Alter Ego, Nightmare Wuna, Freya Games, Gezro, Am, Nebazi, Aspirin Artist, Paper, Fey Penguin, Momentary Unicorn, Nat, Marius, Yeenie, Worm Syrup, Rask, Beef, Colorado Blue, Vaderson, Linky, Eddie14, The Ace of Raccoons, Splackjack, Rask Again, Willie Pete, TG Dante, Linky Again, Astro Pixie YT, and Malding Brick. I'll see you all later. Bye.